I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, everybody? We are back again talking about NBA basketball, and today we have a lot to talk about, so let's get straight into it. So this season, I want to say we've had a lot of surprises, whether it's the Bucks starting off slow, the Lakers starting off slow, the Cavs starting off hot. Yeah, I had to say the Cavs first. Cavs starting off hot. The Wizards started off hot. A lot of people found the Warriors starting off hot as a surprise. I really didn't find it as a surprise. But we had a lot of surprises this year. We had a lot of the surprise players that started off really hot. And I know it's only been 1 month into the season, but it's a lot of good signings that I'm seeing from the league right now as far as players that I didn't really expect to take off. They're taking off, and I don't expect them to stop. So today, we're here to talk about my top five most surprising players in the league so far. So let's get straight into it. Now, I just talked about the Warriors, and they are 15-2, and I feel like I just had to put somebody on this list because it's not all Steph Curry. Steph Curry is leading an MVP right now, but when you look at this team, bro, it's been some nights where either he's been off or he's just taken off, and they had players to step it up. And one of the players on this list is Andrew Wiggins. I really love what I'm seeing from Andrew Wiggins this year, and not only this year, even last year too. I think he's finally destroyed that narrative that was around him. For years and years, he was making like $28 million. He got a max contract. And a lot of people found that contract non-tradable. They said it was probably one of the worst contracts in the league. And as of right now, I don't think so no more. Now, $28 million for Andrew Wiggins is still a lot, but it's not that bad, bro. Especially when you're winning like this, and you kind of have everything wrapped up. Draymond's wrapped up, Clay's wrapped up, Jordan Poole's probably wrapped up if I'm not mistaken. Steph's wrapped up, and then you just got the rookies that you got, and the young pieces that come in. And the old pieces that even come in, they take vet minimums. They're okay with that because they want to win. So it's not really bad having Wiggins for $28 million. It's not that bad. But so far this season, I think this is the best season of his career. And he's had a very long career, and he had some good early years. But right now, it's impacting winning basketball. He's averaging 19 points, 4 rebounds, 49 from the field, 36 from the three, shooting as efficient as hell. He's used to be like an inefficient player, but I love the way he's scoring and he's shooting right now, bro. 50% from the field is crazy. 36 for Andrew Wiggins is also crazy. These last 5 games, I think he's been averaging 25. Him and Jordan Poole, they've been carrying him lately. Like the last 2 games, they both had 30-point games. But he's been really good this season, really good on defense. I feel like other than Draymond, he is their other defensive anchor. And he's a big reason why they're 15-2, bro. So I feel like I had to give him some love. And like I said in the beginning, him along with guys like Jordan Poole, even guys like Nemanja Bjelica had a big game one game this season. They allowed Steph Curry to take a break. The thing with last season is, literally like the first half of the season, it was all Steph Curry. Even though Draymond's going to do his thing doesn't involve scoring. You're going to need scoring to win games. So this season, with Andrew Wiggins averaging 19, Jordan Poole averaging 18, while Steph Curry's averaging his 28, he has some time to rest. There's been multiple games where Steph only scored 20 points. That's because guys like Andrew Wiggins, even Damian Lee stepped up. I think he's averaging 12 points. And Jordan Poole, they all stepped up, and they allowed Steph Curry to take breaks in game. He's able to take breaks in game. I think it was one game he had a 20-point triple-double, while Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins had 30. So shout out to them too, bro, and shout out to Andrew Wiggins. So far, surprising me, and I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of playing at all-star level. On the West, it's all the people that used to be certified all-stars. They're not no more, bro. They're not. A lot of people are struggling. He's not one of them, bro. So he's definitely playing at all-star level, and I think the Warriors, if they keep going the way they're going, they definitely deserve 2 all-stars. I know Clay's going to get a lot of votes because he's Clay, but I don't think he's going to be able to play enough games so far. So hopefully Andrew Wiggins can keep this up because I really want to see him make an all-star game, bro. From him coming into college, being one of the most exciting high school players of all time, and then being the #1 pick, and him not kind of really standing up to that #1 pick. I just hope he makes an All-Star game this season, bro. That just would be fun. And hey, shout out to the Warriors. So this next player, I made a video about this guy. So you probably already got a player in your mind. Anthony Edwards. This season, I kind of expected, in my opinion, for Anthony Edwards to kind of take over and be the main piece on this team. And I think he's done that, bro. I think he's the best player on this team. And it's not just the on-court stuff. Like I showed you on that video. That's why I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's the off-court stuff, too. The leadership and the press conference and the post interviews that I love seeing from him. And even watching him on the court. He kind of stepped it up everywhere. He's averaging 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 43 from the field, 35 from the 3. One thing about him, he has to shoot it more consistent. 43 is not bad. But like I feel like every time I check their box scores, because they were on like a little losing streak and I just didn't watch them. It would be like him, Cat, and D-Lo. They'll be shooting like 9 for 20. Yesterday, bro, D-Lo shot 3 for 14. Like, they all be shooting so inconsistently sometimes. But once they all get consistent, I feel like that's going to be a really deep, nice three all-star team right there. But so far, I feel like he's just been a leader for this team, along with Pat Bev, along with like energy guys like what's his name, Jared Vanderbilt, like bringing energy to the team on the defensive side, not just the offensive side. And I'm just liking what I'm seeing from Ant, bro. I think he's turned into the best player. They're 8-9. That's kind of surprising for a lot of people. Like I said, I had them going into the play-in, especially since the Grizzlies are dropping. I still think the Timberwolves can make the play-in, bro. And I'm hoping for that, bro, because they're a fun team, bro. They're a fun team, especially when they're all clicking, which doesn't happen so much because I don't know what's up with D-Lo. Like, Cat and Ant, they've been doing it consistently this whole season. Getting their little 20-ball games, sometimes 30. But, like, D-Lo's been on some bullshit. Like I just told you, he shot 3 for 14 yesterday when I looked at the box score. Like, yo, what's up? You can't hit none of your shots no more. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Ant. Shout out to him, bro. I love that he's doing it on both sides of the ball. I think that's really key, especially for this team, because that's their problem is defense. So, shout out to Ant. So, this next player, I actually think I made a video about him, too. One of my favorite players, and this is actually not biased at all. I think a lot of people say this. Kristaps Porzingis. I think he's back. Back to New York Kristaps Porzingis, or back to the bubble Kristaps Porzingis. Like, a lot of people want to say this is the best he's been since New York Kristaps. But, bro, in the bubble, that motherfucker was killing. He was killing, bro. And I think he's back there, bro. And it sucks that it had to happen like this, because it happened like this, what was it, like the 2019-2020 season, where when Luka went out, KP got his confidence up, and then when Luka came back, they were just a double-headed monster. It sucks that Luka had to get hurt, because when he got hurt, they started losing more games. But in these last few games when Luka was hurt, KP has been averaging 24 points, 9 rebounds, 51 from the field, 37 from the 3, and 93 from the line. He has been dominant. He has been fun. And until Luka came back, yesterday? He has been the only reason why I still watch the Mavericks, bro. Because he looks like he's back to himself. He's moving now. He's not just standing in the corner. He's actually moving. They're actually getting him more touches. And like I said, bro, he's been doing really good. Those are not his seasonal stats. I think he's averaging 21-8. But I think this was over the last 7 games. Been averaging 24, 9, 51 from the field, 37 from the 3. Been real fun, real dominant. And I think he's kind of back to his defensive ways, bro. He's been doing real good on defense. Now, if you're a smaller guard like Dennis Schroeder, that one game they played the Celtics, Dennis Schroeder killed him. But other than that, bro, as a shot blocker, especially guarding the bigs, he's been doing pretty decent. One thing with the Mavs is they can beat anybody in this league. They just got to have games where him and Luka are going crazy together. And when they do that, bro, they'll feed up to the other players like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jalen Brunson. And then they'll be unstoppable, bro. I think this is a good team. I would love to see them make a move, though. That 3 position is nasty. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a natural-born shooting guard. He's not a 3, but they play him at the 3 because, like, who the fuck are you going to play at the 3? Like, I think they're trying to steer away from starting Dorian Finney-Smith, which I agree. He's not that good. But I feel like they need to try to go out there and try to find a 3. I know a 3 that's going to be on a trading block coming around February. A lot of people are going to be calling for Jeremy Grant's name. I don't know if he wants to get traded because I think he went there to like spread his wings, which he's doing. But a lot of people would love a Jeremy Grant, bro. His contract's tradable, bro. He's only making $22 million. The Cavs will love that. I would trade Isaac Okoro for him, bro, in a heartbeat. And he fits the timeline. He's 26. Damn near 27. That's fitting the timeline. The Cavs will love him. The Bulls will love him. Mavericks will love him. So he's going to be a name that I feel like they should try to go at. I don't know what pieces they're going to trade. Dwight Powell and Josh Green. And sell them on Josh Green. If you can do that, do it. Do it. But other than that, man, shout out to Kristaps, bro. I think he's finally back to his old ways, bro. And I'm happy that him and the Dallas Mavericks are getting their attention. Because I feel like they're a team that can beat a lot of teams out here, bro. I think they're an underrated team. So that's it for Chris. This next one. He's been crazy underrated for the last, 2-3 years? Since his second year when he made all defensive team in his second year. That might have gave it away for like real NBA fans, but I don't even think people realize. But for the last few years, he's been one of the most underrated young guards in the league. And I am talking about Dejante Murray. Now, the thing is with me, and Dejante's my guy. The thing with me is I feel like if Dejante can get that scoring to go along with that defense, it would be fucking over. Because he's elite on defense. Like, elite. He's elite on defense. But if he can get the scoring to catch up to the defense, man, what? What? It's over, bro. And I'm praying that he's on the trade block. Because I don't want to see his career wasted in Sacramento. I mean, not Sacramento. San Antonio. They don't know what they're doing over here. You got Pop, so you're probably still good enough to like make the play-in, even though they're trash this season. But like nobody's paying attention to them, bro. And I feel like him and the Spurs has run his course. I feel like it's time for him to go win. I know he's only like 23, but it's definitely time for him to go win. I would love him on like the Clippers. He's only making $18 million. Salary dump Eric Bledsoe. Like, I would love him on the Clippers. Even the Mavericks, that would be fun, but I don't think him and Luka would fit. I'm gonna tell you that he'll fit over. Oh, the Raptors. What? Just keep building onto that big old defensive lineup, bro. He would fit so good on the Raptors. But so far this season, he's been averaging 18 points, 8 rebounds, shooting 44 from the field. 29 from the 3 is terrible. I'm not going to lie. 29, but he don't take that much. So that's why it's kind of like it looks so bad. He doesn't take that much. But he has been the only bright spot for this team. A lot of people expected Keldon Johnson would to do something this season, but he hasn't really been on nothing this season. Jakob Poeltl just went out with COVID like 2 weeks ago, so he hasn't been back. But when he was playing, it was him and Dejante, the only bright spots for the team. So far, he's been the only bright spot, and I'm loving to see that his scoring is catching up, because if that shit catch up, it's like I said, it's over. I'm not exaggerating. It's over. And the last player we got on this list, man, he fits the narrative perfect. And if you don't know what narrative I'm talking about, it's probably because you don't even know the player I'm talking about yet. But the narrative is of players that have a baby and come back and go crazy. I'm going to give you 2 people that's come out to mind for me. Fred VanVleet, the first 2-3 series of their championship run, he was god-awful. He couldn't hit a shot to save his life. And then in the finals, was the second best player in the finals, probably of the whole finals. And he completely dominated Steph Curry. I ain't gonna lie, Steph Curry was doing his thing, but like on the defensive side, he was killing him. He had a baby, literally around the time of the playoffs, and went crazy. Now last year, Joel Embiid. I don't even think a lot of people know this. Joel Embiid had a baby. Him and that supermodel wife girl he got, they had a baby. Last year, what did he finish? Top 2 in MVP ranks. When people have babies, they go crazy. I know it's more examples out there. I just can't think of it on the top of my head. I can't think of it. But yeah, Tyler Hero had a daughter this offseason, and he's turning up. Turning up. As of right now, he's an all-star. Off the bench. And I love that they didn't see like, oh, he's hot, let's try to bring him in the starting lineup to make us even better. No. Keep him on the bench. Let him do the stuff off the bench. Even though Duncan Robinson's not shooting it the best, let Tyler Hero do the stuff off the bench. Because if you bring him to the starting lineup, he wouldn't be playing like Tyler Hero. He'll just be shooting. Which he can do. Don't get it wrong. He can do that. But you see this on the bench. He's a bench player as of right now. Averaging 22 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 46 from the field, 40 from the 3. He's just, when he has the ball in his hand coming off that bench playing with the bench unit, he has freedom. That's the thing you got to give some of these young players is freedom. And he has freedom off the bench to do the stuff that he does. If he was in that starting lineup, it wouldn't be the same. Because you got to play next to Jimmy. You got to play next to Kyle. You got to play next to Bam. It just wouldn't be the same. You got to defer to others. I'm not saying that he's not playing with those guys at all. But when you're giving him his role to come in when there's, 4 minutes left in the first quarter, it's his time. And he understands that. And that's why he's dogging right now. So shout out to Eric Bledsoe. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra for not just putting him in the starting lineup because he's hot. Because he is hot as hell right now. Pause. He's hot, and I wouldn't be mad if he put him in that starting lineup, but I'm happy that he hasn't because I feel like he fits perfectly off the bench as of right now. I'm not saying he can never make that leap to the starting lineup because he definitely can. So shout out to Tyler Hero, bro. And shout out to everybody that made this list. It's a lot more players I could have named, but I wanted to keep this video short even though it still ended up being 15, 14 minutes. But other than that, man, that's it for this video. I will be back tomorrow with some Thanksgiving reactions. I think we got some games tonight. So I'm going to react to them, bro. So